Scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Those poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Which side are you on?
There's no sins when you're doing zins, brother.
Forgive me, Father, for I have zinned. Dude, what's up? How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm good. Taylor's inserted an upper decky, and we're ready to fucking go.
And a 6 milli upper decky, dude, and we're fucking GTG. I love how the internet has collectively ruined all of our brains.
Yeah,
you know, I can't have a normal conversation ever again. Actually,
it's rotted in here.
Yeah, it's so rotted, but it's all right. It's fun. It's a good time. You'll be thrilled to know that Charleston Chew, the infamous dog, is now fully vaccinated.
Oh, yay! Oh my gosh, that is the best moment of puppy life, because you're like, oh my fucking god, I can do things again.
You're like, oh my god, I can take you to the fucking park.
Yes, so you can like run around and get your energy out, and it's not all on me.
Yeah, no,
to take care of your ass.
Yeah, and we got one of those like ball thrower things where you like pick up the tennis ball.
Thing.
Yeah, and that seems really nice.
So nice. Yay, that's so exciting.
Like the worst part of playing fetch with the dog is the slobbery ball.
Yeah.
So like if you can pick it up with something else.
Yeah.
You're GTG.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But yeah.
Well, yay, I can't wait to go to little dog things
know.
now.
I'm so excited.
He's
gonna be
so cute. I literally can't even believe it.
Yeah, I know. I'm always like pissing and shitting with how cute he is. But big news for you.
Big news for me.
Yeah.
My partner moved in. My Maddie.
How's it been? How's cohabitation?
So nice, dude. It's so nice. Like we can just watch our little shows and like not have to think about it too much, and like plan like. Like, when can you come over?
Yeah.
And then I'm, like, sitting, like, begging to watch the next episode of this show.
Yeah, and he's like, I gotta go because I gotta work.
Exactly.
And this and that. And
no, it's just really nice.
Actually, you don't have to go.
Yeah, you can just stay and sleep in our bed forever.
Yeah.
The house is looking so cute. I feel like all our little stuff is, like, very cute together.
Truly.
And
looks great.
Thank you.
The front room, iconic.
The front room's amazing.
Iconic front room. Yeah.
I had my coffee in there this morning and my brekkie, and then I was like doing some writing in there earlier.
Cute.
And yeah, it's just really fucking great. So that's huge and really lovely. And
I'm so glad.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Yay.
We're having a great time.
Well, that's lovely. I'm so happy for you both.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Seems like Maddie's had been adjusting pretty well as well.
Yeah, it's been totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my place is like right by his company's like office.
Oh, nice.
Space. So that's cool. He can, access that.
Huge things.
Easier. Yeah. It's been, domestic bliss, I would say.
Cute. Mm-hmm. Lovely. Mm-hmm. Well, should we get into this, this harrowing story? Oh, what's up? Just like new things?
Yeah, I don't know. How's life?
It's good. I'm getting real juiced to be married and not have to
juiced for you guys.
Have to plan a wedding anymore. But
yeah.
And then we're going to Cape May for our we're doing like a mini honeymoon just right now because I don't honestly have a passport currently. Oh. So next year we're gonna try to. Well, we'll see how everything goes. We're going to try to go to Europe, but my brother and my sister are also getting married next year, so we got a lot of like destination weddings to go to.
Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. They both are.
They both are. Well, yeah, and the way that it's shaking out, because Brendan and my brother Brendan is planning his wedding for May, and then Kaylee's like, well, I don't want to like, obviously I'm not going to do it in May. But she's like maybe June or July, and I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all.
Yeah, you're gonna be busy next year.
It's gonna be crazy.
Well, yeah, hopefully you guys can still get your honeymoon in, but that is also trips. So
yeah, I know. But there's apparently a really cute little like New England beach town in New Jersey called Cape May that we're gonna go to, which sounds lovely.
Yay!
And just be on the beach.
Yeah.
And again, not have to think about planning a wedding anymore.
Yep.
So
just enjoy that. That's done, and now you're married,
and it's gonna be great,
and you're not living in sin anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to try out this post-marital sex.
Right?
I've never had
any, but
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Just so, like, you know, premarital, it was good. It was good, but
it's the job done.
Like the post-marital's there's got to be a secret, right? Like,
I think so.
Or God wouldn't be so mad about it.
Right. No, I think it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
You guys are going to just be like locked in the house for like days after the wedding.
And like come over and we're like pounding Gatorades for the electrolytes.
You're like sweating, panting.
Yeah.
Hey guys, been really busy.
Just so busy. I remember one time I was like, because I don't, was this ever a thing? I really doubt it. I feel like this is just such a like guy thing.
Okay.
But like, we would like try to think of like funny ways to like bring up the fact that you like had sex or something, you know? And like, I was like drinking a beverage and I was like, sorry, I'm really thirsty from all the sex I've been having. I don't know. It's a really niche joke, I guess. But yeah, it's very funny. But yeah, so other than that, that's been kind of the main thing.
Yeah, just wedding life.
Wedding
life.
And dog.
Yeah, new baby life.
Yeah. Eden's, I guess, kind of figuring out school.
Oh.
Because esthetician school.
Oh, yeah.
She should be starting in the fall or something like that.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
So it should be really cool.
Yay.
But yeah, so mostly
Can't
just
wait
that.
to get some facials.
I know. I was like, you can practice on me all you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
She already will like pluck my eyebrows and stuff because I got some big old caterpillars on my fucking face. So.
Wow, your skin is gonna be glowing.
I know. I'm like,
that's exciting.
Practice all the chemical peels on me.
Right.
Although those do look kind of terrifying. Like,
they look a little cray-cray, but I've heard and seen.
Heard great things. Yeah. Because like people will do it and like their like acne scars will just vanish.
Yes,
it's crazy.
It's amazing.
Which I guess
feel like I might need to. I mean, my skin's pretty good, but I would love just like a good let's just peel all that gunk off of there. Yeah. Start anew.
Yeah, and there's different like intensities, I'm pretty sure too, like because the ones you see on like TikTok are always like the really gnarly ones where like you look like a corpse a little bit,
right?
But like obviously there's ones that aren't as like crazy,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But, what are we doing here today? Who even are you? Why are you in my house?
Yeah, what are we? 7 minutes in, haven't even introduced it. Y'all know it. Y'all know what this is. It's Remarks, and my name's Taylor.
And I'm Phoebe, and it's a podcast, and we're going to talk at you about stuff.
Yeah, as we do.
And you can pretend that you're here. You can form a parasocial relationship with us.
I've always wanted to be on the other end of the parasocial relationship.
Finally, it's going to come true for me.
But I think we got a doozy for you.
I think we do. This is going to be a hitter. I'm very excited.
And there's nothing that I feel like brings me the same amount of like rage, but also like interest as the fucking like manosphere, you know? Like,
yes.
I feel as though that's kind of what like got me into being like, look at these crazy radical groups, you know? And so like there's a special, I don't want to say place in my heart, but like
there's a special
hatred
gaping hole maybe in your heart.
Yeah, I'm in my heart
burning
for
hole.
it. So I'm very excited. I will say the title of my article.
Yes, hit me.
Because I'll credit it later, but there's a YouTube video that I used for a lot of the research and like a good source for this.
Okay.
And the gal in the YouTube video had a shirt on that said "Ban Male Podcasts." So that's the name of my article.
Amen. Fucking men to that.
Which I realize I'm a male who has a podcast, but my co-host is a woman.
Right. It's different.
It's different, right?
It's different.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, you're fruity, so it's like...
Yeah, and I'm also gay, so... Yeah. I feel like we got a lot of things going for us. Phoebe, you're heard...
You're a he-they, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You're allowed to have a podcast.
The girlies have decided I'm allowed.
The council has spoken.
Have you heard the song Survive by Childish Gambino?
I don't think so, actually. I'm actually a Childish Gambino fan. So.
Yeah, it's a newer song. It dropped in July of last year.
Oh, yeah, no, I have not heard it.
I think it's on a new an album he dropped around that time.
Yeah, and I just hadn't... I think I listened to... maybe I've heard it once. I listened to the album like once.
I honestly didn't even realize he had dropped an album last year.
It kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I wasn't, I guess, really keeping up with him. But I don't even know the last new music of his I listened to. But on the song Survive, that was dropped last July, there's a line that goes, I bet he hate his mom. How do you know that? Oh, he got a podcast because you can't rap like that. You on some fresh and fit shit talking body counts. I count a body every time I'm on tracks. Oh. And we are going to be talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast, baby. Yes. Which, again, was obviously notable enough. I was like, that's crazy that Childish Gambino...
they got a mention in a Childish Gambino song.
That's wild. We're no strangers to toxic manosphere influencers, or manfluencers, as they've been named. Which I know, it's fucking awful.
It's like the word influencer is already gender neutral.
I believe I found some of the scummiest ones, I'd say, or, a lot of like the titles of, the exposés on them are like the most toxic podcast and stuff like that,
right.
Which I would have to agree with. I'm certainly not the first person to break the story on these guys. Big shout out to the YouTube channel Cruel World Happy Mind for being a great source for much of this information. She covers a lot of stuff like this. I know she started as like an anti-MLM YouTube channel that would like coming out with like scam, like calling them scams and stuff.
Right.
So, but yeah, that being said, I certainly watched more clips of this podcast than any person should be subjected to, and now you all will be as well.
Yay.
As we do. We're talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast. Have you heard of these guys?
A little bit, but I don't know a lot about them. Also, I just think that Fresh and Fit is a really funny name for like a male toxic podcast because it sounds like maybe like a salad kit that I would find at the store.
It does absolutely sound like a salad kit.
Yeah.
Amru, I think is how you say it. Fudil and Walter Weeks are our fearless heroes, bringing the truth of women and men's relationships to the masses. Fudil goes by the name Myron Gaines, and Walter Weeks the moniker Fresh Prince CEO, hence Fresh and Fit. Well, he's Walter Weeks is fresh, and then Myron Gaines is fit
because he has the gains.
Because he has gains.
I see.
It's unconfirmed, but people like speculate that he's like it's supposed to be a play on like admiring the gains, like admiring those gains.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but
it's not a very good joke.
It's not. Yeah, it's not funny.
We should come up with like different. Why did we didn't think about coming up with like silly different little names for ourselves.
I know. I never think of stage names,
I know.
Or I think of them too late, and then I'm like locked into something already.
Exactly.
Like, hear me out. Yep. Folk singer by the name of Dakota Peach.
Wow.
Great fucking stage name.
Wow.
And if I didn't have Taylor Lacey all over everything already,
right.
I would do it. But
shit.
I know. Anyway, Myron Gaines. What would be your alter ego? Actually, if you do you have one on lock?
No, I'll ruminate.
Yeah, I do think it'd be funny to just have, I don't know, have an alter ego that this person came out or whatever, Mm-hmm. Whenever we give Chuck a shower, Charleston a shower, we call him Chuck. We always say that his shower alter ego is Chesterson because he looks so small and dainty when his fur's all wet.
I guess Chloe's my alter ego. Chloe.
Yeah. True, that is your Australian alter ego,
yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of ones that I've told people, because I've definitely told people my name is something different, but I can't. I usually just kind of whatever comes to my head,
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be something just really boring, like Brian.
Brian.
I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Myron Gaines started his life relatively normally, graduating from college with a criminal justice degree and working for the DHS for 6 years before leaving his job to pursue a career in content creation, which is never a good sign.
You're right. You went from a pretty, I mean, not that I respect DHS, but I don't know, that's a pretty esteemed institution to you're like, I need to do a podcast now.
Literally. I mean, it just is like, oh, I just want to be famous. Like they truly just want to be famous.
Yep.
But when he started his content creation career, he was focusing on fitness primarily. Walter Weeks used to work in the tech field before finding his life on social media, and among posting pictures of himself in front of fancy cars, I'm sure that he doesn't own, he also has made the claim that he has slept with over 1,000 women. Hence the childish Gambino lyrics of like, you talk in body counts, you know.
I'm sure you have, Walter.
Guy
whose name is Walter.
is Walter. Fresh Prince CEO. You didn't even do it first.
Yeah, that's
Will Smith was the Fresh Prince. Like, what do you mean?
You can't. That's taken. Like, you can't.
Yeah, you can't just use
Fresh
it.
Prince.
I know.
Like you're not the Fresh Prince.
You simply are not. I don't know what to tell you. The earliest video on the Fresh and Fit YouTube channel dates back to May 8th of 2020 and is simply an advertisement for Gaines' fitness program called Unplug Fitness. Which already, like, even just like hearing the name, I feel like gives the undertone of like MGTOW a little bit, like,
yeah,
like unplugged, like you're going your own way, like you're,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Here's the ending, like, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, like promotion card,
okay,
for the ending of the YouTube, like where it has like the suggested videos and stuff.
Sure.
So I'll let you look at that and describe it to the listeners.
Okay, great.
Here you go.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, if you were confused at all, if you were worried at all that this wouldn't get toxic, this ending ending cap card, it says transforming simps to pimps, and like the picture on the left of the simp is this guy on his knees like begging to a woman, and then on the right it's this guy who's clearly the pimp, and he's flexing his muscles, and then he has women who are on their knees. And then it's got his, where you can find him and everything. So, wow, that is... And then in the background, it's got, like, Matrix, like, kind of, like, font or whatever.
Which I think is truly, like, again, an early sign of, like... Well, because, like, the colors, like, they're red-pilled, you know? Like,
the red and blue. Yeah, you're transforming into, like, the red pimp.
Yeah.
Transforming simps to pimps, though, that is actually... That's some pretty genius marketing, and I'm pretty pissed that he thought of that.
I know. And the early videos are kind of just like fitness questions and kind of like typical stuff you'd expect from a fitness channel.
Sure.
Like, the first like maybe 3 or 4 videos that are on there are just like how to gain muscle, like what your diet should be like really just like kind of inoffensive stuff.
Right.
But there was a video that we would already see the beginning blossoms of what the channel would turn into. On July 8th, 2020, the channel posted a video called Do Looks Matter for a Guy?
Oh, boy.
And this is a clip from that video. Mm-hmm. If I can get it to play.
They do, okay? And they matter more than you think they do. The reality is, guys, the days of making $30,000 a year, having a good insurance policy, and driving around in your Kia Sophia is not enough. Women out-earn men in a lot of major cities in the United States. And with that said, women don't need the provisioning and financial support that men used to provide about 100 years ago. But they still are hardwired to look for that security and provisioning from a man. Women typically want to make their own money, but be comfortable enough to know that if they did leave the workforce, their husband could support them. With that said, since women don't need the provisioning of men as much anymore, attraction from a physical standpoint has become more important. And we also live in an age now where dating apps are more viable, which are visual. Social media, such as Instagram, which is the top social media platform, also a visual platform. All these things have made people a little bit more vain. I'm in Miami, so I know.
I'm in Miami. Yep.
Which I love that he's an expert on what women want.
Definitely.
As a not woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. And I can attest, he doesn't say anything about, like, I don't know, being nice and having a good personality in the entire video. But
yeah, and you are definitely, like, you're hearing those undertones of, like, women want to be provided for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And it's, again, like, one of those things that's, like, if that was, like, where it stopped, it would be like, okay, I mean, like, you have some outdated takes. Right. But, like, there's definitely worse people.
Right. But, like, yeah, sure, exercise. Sure, try to get a good job. Sure. Yeah. Provide for your wife if you would like to do that. Great. Like,
I think, like, and again, it's like there's nothing wrong with, like, wanting to look nice and, like, look good. And even if you're wanting to look good just to, like, feel good and, like, attract a partner, you know? But, like, again, there should be more to it than just, like, looking good, you know?
Right.
But he then goes on to talk about maxing out your appearance to have a better chance of making it with women. After Fresh and Fit met each other and started hosting each other on live streams and typically talking about sexist topics, the two decided to begin their podcast October 26th of 2020.
What a great year.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Many good things came out of that year.
Pretty sure, because I like took a nap from like December 2019 until basically now. So I have a lot of catching up to do, but I've heard that like it was pretty much the same, right?
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was
there wasn't
totally
like
fine, and we got really cool podcasts like Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
and also ours.
And also ours. The podcast has now gone on for 1,212 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
As of the time of recording, which is
a lot.
A lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, for real.
And the general ideology being preached in each episode is how to make yourself more appealing to women, while also hating them for simply being women. The show has hosted a number of guests, many of which are women, to, I guess, try to, like, debate them on their views.
Right.
It's, like, one of two camps, right? Like, there's, like, women they bring on who they are debating, or there's, like, the rare, like, woman who's, like, yes, traditional values, or this, that, and then they're like, see?
They're like, see?
See? Yeah.
Exactly.
Every time, yeah. It is very common for guests to be asked to leave when they say something the hosts do not agree with.
Oh, that is a great way to do a debate.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just kick them off.
Kick them out if they say something you don't like.
It is speculated, not confirmed, that this may be staged or pre-planned as a way to drive controversy on the episodes.
Sure.
Which, you know, I'm sure is probably part of it because controversy sells. Mm-hmm. The most popular clip on the YouTube channel is a clip of Fresh and Fit stating that women who are unhappy in marriage should continue to stay married because duty should come before their happiness. Feminism has brainwashed women into choosing their happiness over staying in miserable marriages where the man doesn't want to help with the kids.
That is so brainwashing.
I know.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're choosing you as a human
Nazis,
being
are
choosing your own happiness rather than staying with your shitty husband.
Oh, God. They constantly talk about the nuclear family and how that's the best way to raise children, have a family, yet preach that you should also juggle multiple women if you're a guy. Like, it's... I mean, it's just, I guess, like, classic fucking, like, red pill bullshit where it's, like, none of it makes any sense when you, like, actually think about it for more than 2 seconds. But it's, like, I guess their idea is, like, oh, well, like, as the man, like, you should be able to, like, fuck around, but, like, your wife or, you know, whoever should not be able to. It's a whole thing. But, let's see here. Moving on.
Do what you're supposed to do. Suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up. Be a fucking bitch. Deal with it. With women? Oh, you're not happy? Your happiness is the priority. He's a bad person. You should be able to leave and do what you want. Like, you guys want to be able to have the authority to do whatever you want, but you guys don't want to deal with responsibility. Like, this is the biggest issue with feminism. Y'all want to go ahead and get an education and be able to be free, but at the same time have a nigga paying the bills and take care of you.
Wow.
You want to be able to vote, but you don't want to join the military, or you don't want to be having skin in the game. And that's the problem. right? Y'all want to be able to abort babies. Babies.
Here we go.
Until 7-8 months. But men have no reproductive rights. And this is the issue of feminism, because you guys want all this authority to do shit, but you guys don't want to deal with the responsibility of it.
What?
A man's not going to support something that he doesn't find value in. Simple.
Well, I guess that's that. Though that is right. I mean, I don't know how it applies to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So a lot to unpack.
Yeah. It's so sad to me that there are a lot of people that listen to this, because for many reasons, obviously, but also it's because it's like just like two dudes like yelling and like saying like not really like making points that it's like, yeah, of course you feel that way. Like, you're not even making a point, you're just like saying shit.
Yeah.
And they have over 1,000 episodes of this.
It's crazy.
Like, my God, it's like Alex Jones, right? Where
Literally.
he's just like ranting and ranting and ranting and ranting.
Well, in the time that it takes, and like from personal experience, because I would love, right, to like be able to go through and say like, well, he's wrong about this and he's wrong about this, and here's the statistics and here's the facts. But the amount of like, because they're putting out like at their peak, they're putting out like 3 episodes a week.
Jesus.
And like, I mean, they would have to have that many fucking episodes since 2020.
Yeah, right.
And like, it's like the amount of time it would take to go and get all of the statistics and the facts that you need to debunk every claim that they're just like throwing out there.
Right.
It's exhausting, and that's how they fucking do it.
Yep.
Like that's why nobody takes the time to be like, this is bullshit.
And
because,
like by the
my
time
God.
that you've done that, they would have already made like 600 new episodes.
There's like 50 new episodes you have
and
to go through.
Also, like, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, absolutely
like,
not.
You could argue with them all day, but they don't care about like true statistics or like real science.
Absolutely. And that's like, I mean, that's the big like thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The podcast will. Oh, did I have another clip? Let me see. I might have.
As a woman, your job is to be an assistant to your man.
Oh.
Like, he's a star, you're not. Because here's the problem, right? When women are the star, I'll explain what I mean by this. When women are the star, or women are the focus of the relationship, or they're the leader, or they're the one that's making the money or whatever, problems come up. Because when women feel like they're better than you, you guys want something else. But if we feel like we're better than you, we want to share our betterness with you. So that's why I always say all the time, like, guys should just focus on their career and making money and becoming the best version of themselves, because women benefit when a guy does better. But if you're focusing on your career and making more money, etc., the man doesn't benefit. We're going to probably lose you, as a matter of fact, if we let you be the leader and focus on everything. Like, don't share resources. They just don't. But we do. We're designed for it. If I make a bunch of money, I'll gladly build a home and, have children with you, whatever. Just don't be a whore. But with you, if you make the money and you're the leader, you're going to leave me for someone better, because it's in a woman's psyche and nature to want a better man. So, I know you're saying, well, I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, dude. People are listening to this.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously, insane bullshit. But see, even then, like, the contradictions, it's like...
Yep.
It's like, oh, like, we tell men to just, like, focus on your career and better yourself. But then while also simultaneously being like, well, nuclear families are the... it's like, okay, like, which...
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they would make some dumb argument about feminism and, like,
Sure.
oh, don't trust women these days.
Also, it's, like, just funny. I'm like, you don't want your woman to be, like, doing well?
Well, yeah.
Like, you want her to, like, not have, like, a successful career?
Well, and that's like the crazy thing, and I guess this kind of just is, it's going to be a tangent episode, I'm sure, but like the reason, because they love, every manfluencer loves to fucking bring up like father custody and alimony and like all of these things, and it's like, you realize that if women were able to get educations and have their own careers, that would significantly lessen the amount of alimony that is being paid. Like, these are things that alimony exists because women used to not be able to do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's better for everybody.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe, this woman divorces you, blah, blah, blah. You end up having to pay alimony. Well, that's because you've made her not have a job.
Exactly.
Like,
you
made her stay at home. So yes, now you do have to give her money because you didn't let her make her own money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy that, I don't know. Yeah, it's, and there's like a ton of statistics. Like, a big one that people always say is like, oh, well, dads like rarely get custody of the kids and stuff. And it's like, well, a lot of fathers don't actually like try to get custody of their kids.
Yeah.
There's like a startling number. I don't remember the statistic off my top of my head, but they're like, will just agree to not take custody.
Right.
Whether because they think that they won't win custody or they don't want it, like who knows, but it's like it would maybe be different if they were like fighting for custody,
Sure.
Like, but anyway.
Yeah.
What we're always fighting for custody of, and that's a little break.
Giving us any advertisements.
Please.
Ever.
I would like custody of the advertisements.
Of one, just one.
just one singular advertisement.
It could even be for our podcast distributing service.
Yeah.
That I would do a read for that.
Yeah, we're good at reading.
Say the word.
Yeah, say
the word, distributor.
Please.
Unnamed distributor that I won't advertise for
We
free
will not
until
advertise.
you give me one.
You know what I will advertise for free? Modelo Cheladas, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, that's a tasty one. The
Yeah.
green one.
But anyway.
Break.
I personally think I should have been elected as the new pope. But because everybody knows I'm like clearly a very devoted man of God.
Yeah, you're a very strong Catholic.
Yeah. And I'm fucking cool, first of all.
Yeah.
We're upping the wine is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Communion wine, you're getting a bum jug now.
Right, yeah. And you have to finish it.
And you have to finish it before the service is over.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, luckily Catholic services are pretty long.
Pretty fucking long,
but,
if I recall.
Yeah, otherwise you don't love Jesus.
Yeah,
enough.
Sorry. Yeah, did Jesus turn water into wine for nothing?
Right.
Brother?
Like, open up that gullet. Get that bum jug in there.
Chug like Jesus. Chug like God is watching, all right? When I was a kid, my mom was raised Catholic and then became a evangelical Christian later on. But I was like probably like 6 or 7, and she was going to like midnight mass on Christmas Eve. And I was like, I could go. Immediately fell asleep.
Yeah.
Slept through the entire thing.
She's like just lifting your body up to kneel and stand.
I think at that point, that everybody was like, he's a kid.
You're
it's
a little
fine,
child, yeah. And this is a very long,
this
late
is a long, late
service.
Mass, yeah.
Yeah. My mom was also raised Catholic, and she then was the Sunday, as some of you listeners may know, she was the Sunday school teacher at my church.
Yeah.
And it was like a running joke that, like, how many times would she say, I was raised Catholic?
It's like me telling everybody that I used to be a preschool teacher.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you didn't know, I used to teach preschool.
Did used to teach preschool.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Last clip in this little section here to play.
Please, I can't wait to have my ears bleed again.
Oh, yeah. No, that's why we took the break, was so you could clean the blood off of them.
the blood out of my ears so I could actually hear this.
If you're going to deal with me, you're going to have to share me. If you've worked really hard to get money, to get in shape, to become successful, and learn how to deal with women, you're stupid for only having one. You should have as many as you can get.
So how many are you juggling right now?
A few.
The goal for
Jesus Christ.
So, again, it's very interesting that they're, like, very family values. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to build, I don't mind building a home with a woman as long as she's not a whore, as they said. But then they're like, oh, but I can be. Like, I got to juggle multiple women.
Right.
Which is, again, crazy.
Which also, it's really funny that the guy, like, I'm imagining in his fake world that, like, these women are listening to this podcast and they're, like, all finding out just then. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Huh?
Wait, I thought it was just you and me.
Yeah, it's crazy. The podcast will consistently refer to women as 304s, which is hoes upside down if typed into a calculator.
That is so middle school boy.
It's insanely middle school boy. Like, I used to think that was funny, and then I turned 13. I don't know. I mean, boobies on the calculator will never not be funny.
That hits every time.
Yeah, that one's good, but...
Jesus Christ.
Another statistic that is dropped often by the duo is how women initiate 80% of divorces, which, as we've previously established, is not okay with the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yeah.
The American Sociological Association asserts that this does not mean that women are more eager to end marriages, contrary to popular belief. And this is a quote from the American Sociological Association. As part of his analysis, Rosenfield found that women initiated 69% of all divorces compared to 31% for men. In contrast, there was not a statistically significant difference between the percentage of breakups initiated by unmarried women and men, regardless of whether they had been cohabitating with their partners. Which I guess is just saying that, like, there's external factors kind of like laying over from like previous times of when women weren't able to be self-sufficient, but like normally in non-marriages, men and women equally break up,
and
like initiate the breakup.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's not something inherently about women that ends marriages more.
No, it's because women are haters.
Yeah, women are haters, and they're gold diggers. They're always going to try to get better. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know.
Maddie, come here.
Guest appearance.
Say hi to the folks.
Well.
Come like right.
You gotta get close.
Right.
Well, y'all. It's me, Maddie Boy.
Side character, secret side character, Maddie.
Side character, Maddie.
Never thought you'd hear this one before, did y'all? But wait, it's happening.
Maddie, do you have any wisdom, any knowledge to bestow upon the audience?
Enlighten me. What are we talking about right now?
We're talking about how women are whores and will always.
Yeah. All right, full support.
Yeah. Full send.
Put them down.
Put them down.
LMAO.
As I bring in like a bunch of tasty treats for my podcast hosts.
Yeah.
True. Oh, thank
Thanks.
you.
Ooh, I love these beers. Oh, these are so good.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Dollface.
I thought I would bring in an option for both hosts so they could choose which drink they wanted to have.
And that's egalitarianism.
This is full service.
Thank you.
This is the type of man that the Fresh and Fit podcast would be like. He's a simp, not a pimp.
Yeah, he's a simp, not a pimp. He's a beta, some would say. I'm just kidding. I don't think Maddie's beta at all. Maddie's a big, strong man.
It's true.
Alpha as hell.
Someone's got to lift heavy boxes around here.
Yeah, someone has to put that hutch in the living room.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my goodness, right. That was everything I had in me.
Yeah.
Phoebe and I just moved in together, which is the best
I know, I announced at the top of the
and,
show.
I've recruited Tayler to help me lift this hutch that I've created, this wooden cherry hutch, and my bones were fucking bending carrying this goddamn thing.
You were... I've never seen anybody like be pushed to the limit that you were moving it into the house.
Oh my god.
It was insane.
Everything I had.
Yeah.
Everything in this man was put
That's
to
like
the
if there
limit.
was it would literally be the straw breaking the camel's back. Like if a feather had landed, it would like his whole body would just snap in half.
I do not doubt it. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
But it looks great.
Yeah, it's
looks
beautiful. It's worth
absolutely
it.
lovely.
It was worth it. It was
I
worth
harnessed my Terminator vibes, and we made it in
it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. Love it.
Thanks, babe.
I'll leave you guys to it.
All right, tell me more about how women are whores, Taylor.
Yes, of course. But yeah, so the podcast seems to have a blind spot when it comes to many statistics and actual research. For instance,
it's crazy how that happens.
Yeah,
so
it's
often on these
weird
type
how
of things.
manfluencers are always like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like how, for instance, on this clip about dating women who are younger than you.
Uh-oh.
How like when women I just find it always very interesting how like when women say, oh, guys want younger women because XYZ, it's never because they're more fertile, they have a higher chance of being able to bring children to term, they're more attractive typically, they come with less bad habits. We don't talk about the positives of younger women. We always talk about this potential negative that they're stupider or easily manipulated. But we don't vilify female standards whatsoever.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I
Also, I'm like, do younger women come with less bad habits? Like, I don't think that that's true. Like, I feel like I was way more of a dumb fucking idiot when I was younger, and like now I have my shit together.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I was pretty stupid. Yet, according to many studies, the graph I'm using is from the Kelly Chang Law Corporation, states that marriages with a gap of 5 years are 18% more likely to end in divorce, and marriages with a gap of 10 years are 39% more likely. So and it just gets more and more. So like,
sure.
larger the age gap, the more likely you are to get divorced. Which again, as we've established, Fresh and Fit are not down for divorce.
They are anti-divorce. They should be the new pope.
Yeah, they really should.
Call me the new pope the way I'm against all this divorce.
Truly. So as I'm sure you can see, these episodes are littered with hypocrisy, misleading figures, and ideas about relationships and what it means to be a man. And Phoebe, I bet you're wondering what these guys would think about normal, well-adjusted men. Right? Like,
I am very curious.
Yeah. What would they say about, like, you know, your typical just your dudes, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maddie trying to make a drink, doing it so like gently and quietly.
You're making me nervous.
I've never seen you like stage shy before. That was very cute.
That was cute. It's okay.
We love you. Okay, play me this horse shit.
Unfortunately, 90% plus of men, I would argue, are fucking simps. Yes. And believe that women are leaders, that they're equal, etc. They believe in egalitarianism, blank slate equalism, etc. So, again, though this is watered down red pill stuff, it's still red pill stuff. Yeah. And I still think it's great to get out there to the normies. And if they want to find the more real shit, obviously they'll come find us, etc. You know, they'll have to go looking for it because we're shadow banned. Yeah, right. But I still do think that it's great that we have guys in the normie world, in the mainstream, talking about this shit.
Yeah. So again, if you didn't know, their statistic is that 90% of men are simps. So, which is
a very provable statistic.
Very provable statistic. Yeah, that's the statistics that they deal with.
They believe that like women are equal. What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah. Women can be leaders.
Oh. So fucking funny.
It's crazy. I know. And then it's so funny too because you don't often hear. You do again, like kind of as they said, they're kind of like watered down red pill,
right?
But you usually don't hear like the term red pill unless you get like real deep into like incel stuff.
Exactly.
You know? Because it's kind of have as a negative connotation now.
Right. I was gonna say that. Like, I don't feel like you have people being like, I can't wait to get red pilled. Like,
oh yeah, I want to get red pilled.
Or like, I love being red pilled. Like, I feel like that's not like
I know.
People aren't talking like that. Apparently, he's fucking bozos.
This guy is, but. Yeah, and then you get in the whole like black pill and everything else, which is the whole fucking thing.
Listen to our previous episodes about this exact thing.
Truly. So I'll cool it on the clips for the time being, but needless to say, we could sit and listen to a million atrocities, atrocious takes by these guys. They're truly the most insecure men I've ever encountered. And that's saying a lot because I've seen some shit out there.
Yeah.
The hosts have launched multiple websites to attempt to scam young men into buying courses on how to curate social media profiles to better attract women. Currently, I was able to find 2 courses that they offer. The first being called DMs on Demand, which the description reads, yes, I'm ready to get more dates and have a high-value lifestyle.
Oh,
the fucking high-value man, dude. Every fucking time. What you'll get, multiple dates each week. Gorgeous women in the DMs.
I love that it's like this is guaranteed. This is what you will get out of this probably $2,000 course.
While enjoying the high-value lifestyle. So literally it just says everything it just said in the like, yes, I'm ready to.
Right.
And the second is called High Value Academy. With
Good God.
I can't take it seriously.
Good God.
With the description of, to level up in game, fitness, finances, and lifestyle, you need this course. All uppercase letters, of course. You'll learn how to navigate, how to get aesthetically fit, which is funny, as opposed to non-aesthetically fit. But
Right. Yeah, because it's like the word fit doesn't really have like a different meaning.
Yeah, it's like, I mean,
it's aesthetic just like by nature.
Yeah, what do you mean, right? Like, I guess maybe because it's like you can be like fit and healthy and not like skinny, I guess. But even then, I don't think they would think that, right? Like if they saw someone who was like...
I think they just wanted to use a big word.
Probably. Starting a business / making money. Finances / investing, which I cannot please.
The investing.
Like human to human here.
Yeah.
Please do not take investing advice from Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Please.
From what the fuck?
From Fresh Prince CEO.
Fresh Prince CEO and Marlon Gaines.
Marlon Gaines. High level networking, which who knows what the fuck that means.
Right.
Dating. Just dating in general. And then professionalism.
Oh.
Now, Phoebe, these courses cost the same amount. And if you had to guess how much these were, what would you say? And I will say that your $2,000 guess was too high. Okay. That was a little too much.
Okay. Okay, thinking realistically, it's probably a thing you're taking like online, right?
Yes, online courses.
$300.
$697.
No.
For each, right? So if you wanted the DM on demand and the high value lifestyle, you'd be paying $1,400.
Jesus Christ, dude! And people do.
And I'm sure they do.
That's the worst part is people are buying this shit.
These are obviously designed to take advantage of the young and impressionable audience that these guys preach to on a weekly basis, because I really can't see anyone over the age of like maybe 15 buying some shit like this. Like maybe not though. I don't know. Like,
I know.
It's hard to say, but like
I would love to believe that's the truth, but like I just feel like I know some like lonely dudes in their like 20s, 30s that like would definitely get roped into this type of garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like because I don't know, and maybe I'm just biased because like I read that and I'm like, okay,
right.
But yeah, maybe some people are like, I do need to work on my high level networking, like,
yeah.
Walter Weeks also, so Fresh Prince CEO. If you didn't remember, his name's Walter Weeks.
Right.
Also released a song in 2021 called Feelings.
Oh.
That he seemed to promote by purchasing quite a few PR articles to be written about it. So and I've seen this as in the industry, like, you'll get like these, because I get emails about it all the time where they're like, most of the time they're like, bump your Spotify streams up to, double or whatever. But you can like get like, again, PR websites like with random ass fucking like the most PR sounding name you've ever heard.
Right.
To like write an article about your new single. Mm-hmm. I'm nearly positive that these articles were paid for by the sheer amount of them from online publications like Flaunt and Cali Post and Now Hip Hop. His Spotify currently has 0 listeners. Walter Weeks has 0 listeners on Spotify.
That's like hard to do.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, I've never seen that.
Like, even like the most random, person on Spotify, I feel like has like at least one.
At least one person who's like bumping it like at night or something, like when they're sleeping to their music.
Yeah, 0 listeners. Right? That's really sad. I'm shocked that all the fresh and fit people were not.
Weren't like hopping on that.
Yeah, trying to get him to the billboard.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I just looked too to see if I could find Fresh Prince CEO on here, but he's not. No,
maybe he just took it all down. He was too embarrassed.
Again, I couldn't find the song even on like Spotify, or I mean even on like SoundCloud or anything.
Interesting. So. Yeah, maybe he was like,
oh,
you know what? I take it all back.
Maybe I don't know about this one.
I take it all back.
Myron Gaines attempted to sleep with a fitness YouTuber, and when she declined, he dropped her Instagram on the podcast, sending his followers to harass her.
That's always good.
Yeah, always really cool. Walter entered a relationship in 2021, And it was later found out that the gal was listed under a sugar baby website called Seeking Arrangements.
Yeah, I know the one.
And was probably being paid by Walter to be his girlfriend. And the irony, I think, is kind of poetic.
Yeah, like for real. I'm sorry, does that not put you in the simp?
Yeah, are you not in
category?
the simp category at that point? Or like, yeah, like what happened to focusing on your career, you know? Like, yeah, crazy. Mm-hmm. In 2023, Myron released a book titled, and I think you're going to flip at this.
Oh, boy.
Why Women Deserve Less is the title of the book.
Just really puts it all out there,
huh? Kind of just, yeah, like, I mean, I guess
Says
it's the
what
shock
it is.
value, right?
Yeah. Like, why women deserve less. And, you know, he was like, fuck yeah. When he was like, I'm going to fuck this one.
Yeah, like one of his days, I don't even know. I'm sure maybe he like wrote some of this, or like maybe he like just, I don't know what happened, but like one of his days of writing was just like he wrote Why Women Deserve Less and was like, all right, we're done for the day. Like,
yeah,
he's like,
right.
Pack it up, boys, we got it.
Yeah,
you know?
He like opened the Word document and was like, why women deserve less. I deserve a break.
Yeah, I deserve a break.
I hit it out of the park immediately.
Immediately, yeah. No, first draft, the whole thing. Here's a quote from the book.
Awesome.
There are 5 rules or questions you should answer before you commit any resources towards your pursuit of a woman. Who is the beneficiary? What are my costs? What are my opportunity costs? What is the realistic chance of a return on my investment? When I consider all of the above, is it worth it? And, like, what kind of fucking bullshit-ass business report, like, is he telling people
what's my ROI
run?
On my girlfriend?
Literally, like, what my overhead... You're, like, like running a fucking, like, budget on...
Yeah. He's, like, has an accountant. Yeah. A girlfriend accountant.
It's crazy. Like, what...
It's, like, how about, like, am I happy? Like, what do I want in the future with a partner?
Exactly.
Like... What am I getting out of this relationship?
I think that's a valid question. What do I like about this person?
Right.
What do I not like?
Do I like them even at all?
Yeah, literally.
Or do I just have this woman around because I feel like I need to have multiple bitches on my arms?
Yeah, literally.
Am I happy deep inside my soul at all?
At all. Yeah, you need a goddamn accounting department every time you want to meet someone new.
Oh my God.
It's fucking crazy. At least they aren't problematic in any other ways, are they? I hear you ask.
I'm begging to know.
Begging to know. The hosts have mentioned multiple times on the podcast that they do not date ghetto black women and Shaniquas. Which and to be clear too, I'm not the fucking police on this kind of stuff, but like Freshburn CEO is a black man. Mm-hmm. Myron Gaines, I believe is of like Iranian, like Middle Eastern descent. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I mean, Myron says the N-word, which I don't know how like kosher that is with the black community or anything. But yeah, I mean, again, kind of just a rude, mean thing to say. Regardless,
that's not cool.
Date Shaniquas.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, and that's like such a racist, like the whole like calling a black woman Shaniqua is so, I mean, there's so much like history of racism with that.
Absolutely. They have platformed multiple men's rights activists, including having Andrew Tate himself on their live streams after the criminal investigation. They, of course, defended Tate's innocence.
Of course. He's a pimp, not a simp.
It's true. He is a pimp, not a simp.
Literally was a pimp.
He was actually like, doing that, and it was sex trafficking.
Yep.
In July of 2023, Fresh and Fit invited Nick Fuentes on multiple episodes.
God, this motherfucker.
Fuentes is a far-right political commentator who is an incel, Trump supporter, openly racist and anti-Semitic, and once spoke about wanting to marry a 16-year-old. And it is a neo-Nazi, is a full-blown neo-Nazi. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
Like, which, again, is just crazy, I guess. And it's going to be less crazy here in a second. The hosts and Nick made Holocaust denial comments, and Gaines was on record on a live stream stating, "We're the biggest platform talking about the JQ, or Jewish question."
Oh my fucking God, dude.
Yeah.
This is so, like, this is the thing, and this is why, like, me and Taylor are always talking about this, where, like, any of these, like, rise and grind, like, fucking
always.
looks maxing, blah, blah, blah things, always I have a bad taste in my mouth because you're going to end up saying that the Holocaust wasn't real. And literally quoting Hitler.
You're quoting Hitler. Again, it's like, I mean, obviously, men's rights activists, the whole thing is, like, bad in and of itself.
Yeah.
But, like, why do all roads lead to Holocaust denial?
Every single time.
Why
Every
do they
single
all
time
lead there?
all roads lead to I hate Jews.
I hate Jews. Like, it's...
I'm like, why is that, like, why are they catching strays in this? Like, what do Jews have to do with any of this?
What did they do? It's crazy, and I don't understand. So let me see, where was I? Shortly after Fuentes' appearance on the show, the entire channel, as well as any associated channels, were demonetized on YouTube. Thank God.
Thank God.
They still post content on YouTube, but made the shift to a different streaming and video platform called Rumble. And it was kind of business as usual on Rumble.
Jesus Christ. That sounds like a website I never want to go to.
Oh, yeah, no, it sounds awful.
Rumble.
Rumble and Kick got to be the worst. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely terrible. Because of the shift in platforms and the demonetizations, the views of the Fresh and Fit podcast are drastically declining. With the decline in revenue, and the hosts have turned to paywalled content and other schemes to recoup some of their losses. A yacht party was hosted at one point to try and raise money, where listeners who attended were promised the chance to interact with beautiful women, and the men paid between $1,000 and $3,500 for entry into the yacht.
Oh,
and people did it, and people actually paid it.
I love that. That's such a hilarious promise to make.
I know.
You'll get to, quote, interact with beautiful women.
You don't even get to, like, yeah, it's not even, like, at that point, man.
It's not like there's, like strippers, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at that point, hire a sex worker.
Exactly.
Like, come on. Like
just hire some dancers, or hire a sex worker or something. Like,
you would think,
you're
right?
just,
like,
you're just going to, like, pay a bunch of models or something to be on this boat to, like, have a 2-word conversation with a guy. That's what you're delivering.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, exactly.
You're going to interact with beautiful women. I'm going to start using that as, like, oh, you should really come to my, like, I'm going to have a house party or something. Oh, you should really come. You're going to be able to interact with beautiful women.
Yeah, you're going to be able to interact with
You should really get your hair done by me. You're going to interact with beautiful women.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely. The women on board, however, mostly kept to themselves. There's a video of it. It's hilarious. Like, leaving many of the listeners standing around awkwardly.
Of course.
In addition, it was reported that drinks at the event cost $25.
What?
So you didn't even get free drinks.
I already paid at least $1,000 to be here. And the beautiful women aren't even interacting with me. And I have to pay $25 for a fucking gin and tonic.
Where's the beautiful women I was promised would interact?
The beautiful women, they were going to interact with me. They're not even interacting.
So crazy.
I also, like, you can't, like, make a woman and you're like, you're paying her money and you're saying interact. Yeah. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
What kind of a job is that?
I don't know if they hired the women to, like, come on,
or if they just were like, hey, you can hang out on the yacht for free kind of thing, and then just, like, hoped that they would, like, entertain these dudes.
I think it was kind of, I think they did invite, like, women, and it was kind of like a frat situation. Like, girls got in for free, you know, like, kind of that kind of thing. The hosts have slowly fallen deeper into a right-wing psychosis, with Myron being especially heinous, posting increasingly anti-Semitic and anti-black comments on social media, which again is crazy because his podcast co-host is a black man.
Right.
He even joined an all-white Twitter group.
What? He's not white.
Yeah, and Myron, as I'm sure you noticed in the clips, I guess you didn't see them, but is a person of color.
Yeah, he's not a white guy.
Which kind of just makes it really sad. Like, he wants to be white so bad,
right?
Dude.
And that's, like, devastating to me.
It's awful. Yeah, I don't know. While they still post on the Fresh and Fit podcast. It seems it is winding down with Fresh starting his own podcast called A Fresh Start.
Jesus Christ.
Which does not seem to be garnering many views at all.
You don't say.
And honestly, most of the clips I showed you were Fit talking. So like Fresh was kind of just like there, you know?
Yeah. Wait, Fit is Myron. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, Fresh. Okay.
Fresh
Duh.
Prince.
Oh, that makes I'm putting it all together.
It's all clicking.
The red strings are connecting.
And that's the current situation of the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
I know.
Truly. It's crazy how when you're like really, really racist and like misogynistic and like a generally just like really bad person, like things don't go very good for you.
Yeah, it's weird that like YouTube doesn't want to pay you money for that. Like,
right. It's crazy that the website YouTube can kick you off for saying horribly anti-Semitic, racist, and misogynistic comments.
Yeah, the biggest video platform that like
that they have standards
is like common. You know, like children watch YouTube.
Right.
Like like
they have like rules of engagement.
Uh-huh. One thing that strikes me about these situations is not the attention-seeking hosts and their god-awful views and takes, because that can kind of be chalked up to a couple of shitty guys, but the amount of influence that they were able to gain over young, impressionable minds.
Yeah.
It's easy to write these guys off as nut jobs, and they, I think, are, right? Like, they are just, like, two guys who are fucking insane.
Yeah.
But they very well could have inspired the next Elliot Rodgers.
Yep.
And all these, you know, like, are we going to... It's the platform, it's what they're putting out there.
Right. Or even, like, it's like, okay, you're instilling these values, these thoughts in these dudes' heads that, like, women are less than.
Yeah.
So even if, you know, like, okay, maybe you're not an Elliot Rodgers, but, like, maybe you're, like, fucking emotionally abusing your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah,
or
for
whatever.
Sure.
Like...
Well, and then it's just, like, and it kind of just continues to, like, push the, what do they call it, the male loneliness epidemic, right? Like, if you think that anytime you meet a partner who's slept with someone else in the past,
right? That
like,
my ROI on her is like less than
it's
it
like,
would
of
be.
course of course men are fucking lonely.
Yeah, like you're never gonna be happy because you're like, you literally, like we said, it's like you literally have like a dating accountant.
Yeah,
so
like
you
you
will
can't.
never be happy, and you'll never think that anyone's good enough for you, or you'll never like be able to see the value in someone aside from like, what like investment am I putting into this? Like you're gonna be so unhappy for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life, yeah. Oh, and Finn.
Should wow.
We take a little break?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
that was
a long one. I apologize.
No, I was so psyched. I was so psyched.
I was locked in the entire time.
Well, break. Breakity break.
So true.
And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's
episode over.
Yeah, that's my portion.
Mm-hmm. We are sponsored by... God, I had something funny to say that I thought of when I was peeing, and then I forgot what it was. But my other thing I was going to say is that we're sponsored today by Odell Brewing Co. Sippin' Pretty, which are so fucking good.
So delicious.
And it's a sister city of ours, so we love that. I've actually been to this brewery in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Super fun.
Hell yeah.
It was very fun.
I know.
And
I love a sour.
I love a sour. Fucking love a sour beer. I believe, and don't quote me on this because I might be thinking of a different brewery because we went to several breweries and also had several beers, but I believe Odell is union owned.
Oh, fuck
or like employee owned and like unionized.
Love that.
If I'm remembering correctly.
I love a union.
We love a union. And I'm very passionate about unionized breweries because I listened to this whole podcast about
Truanon?
It was from Truanon, yeah, and
because
it was
what's his name? Brace?
Brace. Yeah, he worked for Anchor Steam in San Francisco, and then they got bought out by like Sapporo or something. But anyway, I feel very passionate because these homegrown breweries will get bought out by like, you know, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch or whatever. And and then they get ruined. Like your favorite delicious brews don't taste the same anymore because they're being like mass produced. It's not like a delish homegrown brewery that's like putting their heart and soul into their work.
True.
So anyway, shout out to our unionized breweries. Shout out to our local breweries. Shout out to even the breweries that have been bought out, because the people that work there still, I'm sure, don't love that's happening.
I'm sure they need to.
So all the love in the world to you guys that are like hopefully trying to unionize. At these bigger, like, you know, they pretend that they're small breweries, but now they're owned by like blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I hate that fucking shit.
I hate it so it pisses me off.
Oh, dude, there was an Amazon commercial where they were like, did you know that 70% of the things sold on Amazon are sold by small businesses or some shit like that? And I was like,
you bitches. Fuming.
I was like, don't you
fuck you.
Get my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. Like,
get away from her. Get a job.
Get a job. Yeah, I was like, don't you say anything about fucking small businesses.
You leave small businesses out your motherfucking mouth. God damn, that's so fucked
Literally.
up.
Yeah, but yeah.
Have you heard that Amazon now has their own pharmacy?
Yes, I've seen the commercials.
Is that not the most terrifying, horrifying thing that you've ever?
It's so dystopian, dude.
It's unbelievably.
It's crazy because I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, we can rant about this all fucking day, but I'm like, cool. So we just never have to leave our house anymore, ever.
Yeah.
For any reason.
And also my medications are like being controlled by a company that like 100% has like, you know, skin in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
to like promote different things. Like,
yeah.
What if Amazon is selling, you know, birth control that doesn't work?
Yeah.
What if they're selling, you know, like mental health meds that are not actual antidepressants anymore? Like, you know, I'm just like, I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong. I know that the pharmacy fucking things that already exist, the pharmacy companies that already exist are like not kosher. But they're a pharmacy company.
Yeah, they are.
It's not fucking Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like their whole thing is we make pills.
Mm-hmm. we make the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Because I've been reading that book called Dope Sick that they made the Hulu documentary off of.
Yep.
And just the like, because it's almost like in like the 80s and 90s there was like a flip switch, a switch flipped, and like the corporatization of like pharmaceutical companies from being like we're a company that wants to make a medicine that people can afford and will help people, you know, and we make a little bit of profit in there, like, to, like, we are a PR firm, basically, like, selling you a product is, it's frightening. It's
extremely frightening. Yeah. It's not fucking good. Tucker
motherfucking Carlson, baby. All right, let's go.
We did some real heavy hitters this one.
It's been a long time coming to talk about.
It has
to do an episode on Tucker Carlson.
Yes, it really has. It really has. It also was who was the fucking guy that they had on? Who's that crazy guy? You were saying from your
Nick
episode?
Fuentes.
Yes, we need to probably talk about him.
Yeah, Anyway,
Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson was born in San Francisco, California, and was raised, it seems like, pretty conservative. Like, I feel like, his whole family kind of has held conservative values for a long time. His father, Dick Carlson, which it's always awesome when people are named Dick.
Yeah, or they go by Dick. Like, it's not like
that's
Richard.
Like you're choosing to go by Dick.
Yeah, you're going by Dick. Yeah.
Dick. Worked in broadcast media for most of his life and always preached a right-leaning conservative lifestyle.
Of course.
Tucker went on to go to Trinity College in Connecticut and graduated with a degree in history and was described as being a part of the, quote, Dan White Society. Dan White is the politician who murdered Harvey Milk.
Oh.
Who was, of course, the openly gay San Francisco politician. And Dan White definitely murdered him for being gay. It was a hate crime, 100%.
Really cool, yeah.
Yep. And I couldn't find any information on what the Dan White Society was, so I don't know if it was like an inside joke. But it certainly doesn't point to a very compassionate future for Tucker.
No.
Which
Is
also...
it maybe like the John Birch Society, like kind
Right.
of going off of that? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Also, Tucker is a terrible name. Really,
Hate it.
like, you are guaranteed to be a total douchebag if your name is Tucker.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. Apologies to any cool Tuckers out there, but
I'm so sorry if I just alienated, but
maybe change your name.
it's not a good one. That's not a great.
Go by like something cooler. I
a
don't know.
rough name.
Is there like a way you could spin it like Tuck? I don't know.
Even Tuck's like
Yeah, like your name's Tuck.
Kerr.
Yeah, go by Kerr.
What's up? I'm Kerr.
Maybe just Kurt at that point. I don't
Kurt.
know.
You could add
Yeah.
a T at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tucker's a rough one though.
Anyway.
Tucker applied for a job in the CIA after leaving college, but was denied. Huge shock
Dude.
there, because he literally had a degree in history.
And you know that haunts him.
That's how it always is for these type of dudes.
Every single time.
It's so many of them apply for like the CIA or the
Yeah.
FBI or something, and they don't get in because why the fuck would you be let in?
Yeah.
And then for the rest of their lives they're like, fucking.
That's like it's such a fucking thing because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at least like, and especially at this point, right? Like I'd say at least 60, probably like 70% of these like far right weirdos who like will show up in fucking body armor with their big guns.
Yes.
It's like you were never in the military. You
Yup.
just wanted to play like you were in the
Yup.
military.
Didn't literally the OUR guy, didn't he try to be in the CIA or something? Or he claimed he was in the
Yeah,
CIA?
he was. He would like claimed he was in the CIA and the DHS, and then they like couldn't
Yeah.
confirm or something like
That's
that.
right.
It seems like he did do something with the government, but like it was like murky as to what he actually
Yeah.
did. But anyway,
Just classic move. And so the denial of the CIA job is kind of what supposedly had led him into a career of media and journalism, because his father had told him, allegedly, to take this path, stating that, quote, they'll take anyone.
believe me, brother, they won't just. We've been doing this podcast for years, and they won't just take anyone.
Tucker's journalism career began at Policy Review, which is a Heritage Foundation-owned conservative journal. The Heritage Foundation, as most of us know, is a think tank in Washington, D.C. It's notorious for pushing dangerous right-wing ideas and serving them to higher-powered politicians. Heritage Foundation was in the spotlight recently because they were behind Project 2025, which, if you're lucky enough to not know about this, congratulations and enjoy your lobotomy. This was the plan to essentially strip away the rights of anyone but like old right-wing white men.
Yeah.
So it's clear that Tucker believed in and wanted a career in pushing more extreme right-wing policies from the very beginning.
Sure.
In 2001, Tucker joined the CNN program Crossfire as a co-host representing the right wing of American politics. Crossfire was a nightly show that would pit a representative from the right and from the left, and they would discuss current events and argue. And of course, it would just turn into like
Always.
people screaming at each other. That was the whole point of the show.
It's a shock show. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
Funny note. The other day, I don't remember how it came up, but Eden and I were talking about like the patriarchy, and Eden was like, "We should have a matriarchy, where, like women are in charge," you know. And I was like, honestly, yeah, I'll take a lobotomy for the team, you know.
Right.
Like, sounds kind of nice,
Yeah.
actually. At this
okay with
point, yeah, I'll take one.
I know. I'm like, I think thinking less might be nice.
Might be the move,
for me.
yeah. Just like be a little brain dead, not
Yeah.
fully brain dead, but like
But just like I'm kind of
there,
like
you
I'm
know?
like lithiumed out a little.
Yeah, just like give me some lithium, or like if I could get like it just like put me around too much lead paint, you know, for a while.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Although I do think that that's been like, there's theories that like makes people serial killers.
Oh yeah, isn't
Remember
that why
that?
they was like because there's like a lot of like because there was so much lead paint and everything, and like that's why boomers are like kind of insane.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's what they're thinking. Anyway, so Crossfire was, of course, pretty salacious, and it was largely like looked down upon. I mean, it was super popular, but I feel like it had like a kind of a bad reputation for being really shitty.
Yeah, because it was like
and purposefully
like trashy, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Crossfire was canceled in 2005 with the CEO of CNN saying he wanted to, quote, move CNN away from headbutting debate shows, which, like, yeah, dude, you're a news channel. During his time on Crossfire, Tucker also began a program on PBS called Tucker Carlson, unfiltered, which like
True.
I don't. How much more unfiltered can you be if you're Tucker Carlson?
How filtered were you?
Right. Like, I'm scared to see this. And it did seem pretty shocking to me that PBS would be willing to put someone like Tucker Carlson on their network when I think they're known for sort of being more like left leaning.
Yeah.
Or like they're like definitely associated with the left more so.
Was it kind of like because, like Rush Limbaugh, like when in his like early career, he wasn't like known for being like the bigot guy yet. So like,
and I do definitely think that was a piece of it with Tucker, but it was also PBS was trying to have a more like balanced program. And so they were trying to sort of give airtime to both left and right perspective. Obviously they chose a really not great one here.
Didn't knock that one out of the park.
Yeah. Tucker left PBS in 2005 to shift focus to his new show on MSNBC, known simply as Tucker, which is a really dumb name. There also was like a show, I believe, from the 90s called Tucker that was like just about like this guy in high school or something.
That's cool.
I have
I'd
to
watch
look
that
it
probably.
up. Yeah, Tucker TV series from 2000 to 2001, and it was about Tucker navigates life's changes.
That's really true.
Yeah, and he was like a very jock-looking type guy. Anyway.
I mean, it seems like it only lasted a season, so.
It really did. I really weirdly remember that, though.
Interesting.
He navigates life's challenges with optimism. Despite struggles with his mom, an annoying cousin, he finds joy in his crush on the neighbor girl, believing better days lie ahead. Oh, wow. So inspirational.
Very inspirational. A little girl next door.
Girl
love
next door
story,
moment.
like broken home.
Apparently broken home.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so he's got this fucking show called Tucker. He would report on current events, and he had rotating guests on to discuss political matters with. MSNBC canceled his show in 2008, stating that the show's ratings were the catalyst. However, during this time, MSNBC was shifting more to the left perspective. These were the Obama years, after all, a real golden time in our life here.
At least a more like palatable time.
Yes, it was palatable, and people were like raising their fists about things.
And people just seemed like they were more rational. I don't know.
People were like, of course gay people are chill.
Yeah.
And so Tucker's program's time slots were replaced with more liberal host shows. So, I think that Tucker was like, well, they said it was ratings, blah, blah, blah. But I think really, truly, they were like, okay, we can't have this lunatic on here anymore.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure that just fueled his fire of like the liberal media.
Let me tell you, it did, Taylor. Tucker said that after the cancellation of his MSNBC show, he had a bit of a meltdown and that he had, quote, problems with authority and, quote, being told what to do. So clearly there was something going on here where MSNBC was like, you got to chill out, dude. Like, you're being really fucking crazy and like probably racist. And like, we can't like air this. Like, you need to calm
chill
down. And he was like, fuck you. And then they're like, okay, you're done. Like, we're not doing this. So yeah. He's like, yeah. So in 2001, Tucker started the Daily Caller with his old college roommate Neil Patel, which was a news website that Tucker claimed would be free from any political ideology and would simply, quote, break stories of importance, which I'm sure it totally did that and had no bias at all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody knows that you can eliminate all bias from people who are writing things. Yeah, for sure.
Especially people like Tucker Carlson.
Oh, yeah. Very well-rounded.
Who's notoriously, very good at, not having biases.
Yeah.
The Daily Caller served as part of the White House press pool, being allowed to attend White House meetings and daily happenings and report on them. There's like a certain amount of, like, press syndicates that are allowed to come in and, like, do these reports. So, for whatever insane reason, they got that job. In 2017, the Center for Media and Democracy broke a story claiming that the Daily Caller had been paid $150,000 by the 2016 Trump campaign for a list of their subscribers, which the Trump campaign then sent emails advertising the campaign and advocating voting for Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not chill.
Seems a little biased.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah.
Seems like you're trying to, like, promote a certain political candidate here. CMD said that this move by Tucker was a violation of journalistic standards, which it is.
It seems like it is.
Following the end of Tucker's relationship with MSNBC, Tucker began his career with Fox in 2009. Oh, no. And yeah.
Here we go.
And this is when his rise to fame and his controversies exploded. Tucker started off as a guest panelist on already existing programs, so he would sort of rotate in on these things and blab whatever fucking bullshit he had to say. That's how they introduced him. And then he would occasionally host Hannity, which is the Sean Hannity program, when Sean was unable to host. Which, Sean Hannity, great guy as well.
Yeah, no, all stand-up, I mean, at Fox, all stand-up dudes over
good
there.
American citizens.
Good Christian Americans.
In 2010, Tucker produced and hosted a special called Fighting for Our Children's Minds, where he explored the low test scores and low literacy rates of the U.S. He was, like, really bashing on teachers for, like, you know, oh, it's bad teachers that are, you know, ruining this. He did say, like, it is funny because I was, like, looking it up. I can't find, like, the, like, actual, like, videos anymore, but I read through, like, a thing. And it was saying, like, he did actually, like, kind of go after, I guess, like, the government for not investing enough money in schools and, like, the really low quality textbooks and things that are in schools. So it's, like, funny because I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that I can agree with.
That's every take of Tucker Carlson's is he's, like, almost right. But then he, like, comes to the complete wrong conclusion. Like, he points out something that's fucked up and then he's like, and it's the woke mob. And it's like,
right.
You were so close, you know, like, because he's like kind of been anti like billionaire and like rich people in the past and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he's Tucker Carlson.
Exactly. And he's like sucking Donald Trump off.
Yeah.
In 2016, Tucker got his own program on Fox called Tucker Carlson Tonight. It's kind of a tongue twister name. Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson. Should have done some vocal warm-ups before.
Yeah, of course. Oh.
Tucker Carlson Tonight. This is when his career truly skyrocketed, and any comments that he had been holding back before, he was just now sharing like, every
I got my
opinion.
Own fucking show. And of course, Fox is like, yes.
Exactly. Oh, they're thrilled. People are like eating this shit up. And so here's where the fun list of horribly offensive things that he has done begins.
Let's go.
Buckle in.
I'm sorry.
In 2016, Tucker had on Lauren Duca, who was a writer for Teen Vogue. Since the first Trump presidency, and maybe even before then, teen magazines like Teen Vogue and 17 had actually started posting articles that were like criticizing Trump. They were advocating for young people to learn about politics and in general sort of started taking a more left-leaning voice or more just like educating about like issues, like current events and issues and things like, oh, hey, like I'm pretty sure like they wrote a bunch of like Black Lives Matter things and they were talking about how like, I don't know, like, like women's bodily autonomy and things. Like, they started, like, having some, like, real shit to say, you know? Lauren had written the article titled, Donald Trump is Gaslighting America, which I'm like, go off, queen.
True.
Which sparked Tucker inviting her on his show. During his interview with her, Tucker repeatedly interrupted her, talked down to her, and did all the classic right-wing argument moves.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The discussion was obviously going nowhere, and Tucker had clearly just invited Lauren there to make fun of her and belittle her. Lauren says to Tucker, quote, "You're actually being a partisan hack that's just attacking me ad nauseum and not allowing me to speak," which is 100% what was
exactly
definitely
what he's
happening.
Doing, yeah.
To which Tucker responded, "You should stick to writing about the high-thigh boots. You're better at that."
Oh, God.
Yeah, because I guess she had, like, written some article about, like, Ariana Grande's fashion, and that was when she was doing all the boots and sweaters and shit.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, dude, stick to girl stuff.
Stick to girl stuff, yeah. Ugh.
Yep. In 2018, Tucker made comments about immigration that led to his show taking a big cut in advertisers.
Oof.
Yeah. Quote, "We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided. Immigration is a form of atonement." And by they, he's saying the left. The left are saying that we have a moral obligation to be doing this.
What do you mean? The world is they're poor people. There's impoverished nations, Tucker. Like, yes, I mean, What do you mean we have? Yes, we have an obligation.
Yeah, we do have a moral obligation. You're right. They are saying that.
They are saying that, and they should, because, the people are starving. Like,
yeah. Over 30 advertisers dropped Tucker's, which I'm like, I miss the good old days when this type of shit used to happen.
Me too.
Now they're like, you get like 30 more advertisers if you're saying shit like this.
Yeah.
Over 30 advertisers dropped Tucker's show after this, saying that the comments don't align with their company values. Which I'm like, did you not know who Tucker Carlson is?
I know. Well, and it's crazy too, because it used to be like, companies were like so scared about like saving face, unless you could like bully a company into like being good for a second.
Right.
And now it's just like, they'll just get like sponsored by like Black Rifle Coffee Company or something, like another right-wing asshole company.
Right, like maybe like Samsung will drop you, but like Black Rifle Coffee, which is fucking
Bang Energy
here.
will.
Bang Energy is coming in.
Yeah.
Fucking Geek Bar Vapes is like, hey, we're here.
Hey, we heard you hate minorities.
Right. Us too. In response to losing his advertisers, Tucker doubled down and repeated his comments, saying, quote, "The left says we have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, even if it makes our own country more like Tijuana is now, which is to say poorer and dirtier and more divided." Which Tijuana is not a country.
Yeah, not a country.
It's a city in the country of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
But yeah, okay, sure, whatever you say. Like, and again, like, it sounds like he's saying like admitting that the world is impoverished is like making our country poorer.
He's saying that like.
Which, like, I think he's trying to say, like, if we take in immigrants...
Yeah, he's saying, like, admit them to coming to the U.S. Like, saying, like, if we...
Okay.
Yeah, if we
Sorry,
take them
misinterpreted.
in... No, you're fine. I mean, it says... double meaning on the word. But he's saying, like, if we let these immigrants in, they're going to ruin our country and make it, like, Tijuana.
For sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which is, like, not a bad place, by the way.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice place.
Mexico's a beautiful country, by the way. Throughout the life of his show, Tucker repeatedly pushed the, quote, great replacement theory. You're nodding in agreement. You've heard of this.
I have heard of the great replacement theory.
It's crazy. This is an insane, definitely anti-Semitic, racist conspiracy theory that Democrats are advocating for immigration because they want to replace white citizens with foreigners who are loyal to the Democratic Party in order to keep power in the government. Mm-hmm. Pause for 2 seconds. Emily just got here because she forgot some stuff.
Pause. We back.
We're back. Hi. So anyway, Tucker Carlson, he's like, I think that Democrats are taking immigrants and replacing white people with them.
Yeah. For sure.
It's just...
It's a Democratic ploy.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's one of the craziest, like, fucking things I've ever heard.
Well, and it's crazy because, it's like you've, like, made America this, like, the land of opportunity, right? Like, this, like, a conservative thing. And it's like, and then you're mad when people want to come here and, like, have opportunities.
I
like,
know.
It's crazy. It's the immigration, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tucker called this eugenics against white people. Which, newsflash, you can commit eugenics against any race.
True. And also that's just not true.
That's not what's going on. So
it's just simply not how eugenics works.
No. And this is just, of course, another classic white supremacist talking point that the white race is being eradicated, has to be protected, etc., etc. Oh, and by the way, Tucker once called white supremacy a hoax.
Oh.
Yeah.
As in, it's not that serious? It's just...
I guess that it's, like, made up.
Oh. Okay. What about the KKK?
Right. Yeah. He would say, those are my good friends and brothers.
He's like, me and the Grand Wizard are going to go fucking grab a beer later.
I can't believe that a position of the KKK is called the Grand Wizard. Like, you're so fucking unserious. That's crazy.
It's a bunch of fucking dudes LARPing, dude. Yep. Like, they're LARPing and they're also racist. Like,
yeah, right.
It's crazy. Anyway.
In 2020, Tucker repeatedly railed against the Black Lives Matter movement, hurling every possible insult in the book, of course, ascribing to the George Santos conspiracies, arguments against like Antifa, all the good stuff.
The good stuff.
But his worst offense was in early June of 2020 when he went through a list of black men that had been killed by the police and laid out reasons why he felt that they deserved to have been killed.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's
a
great.
really good, normal thing to do.
Very cool to, be like, I'm glad these people were murdered.
And here's why they deserve to get murdered. Tucker was a voice of unreason during the COVID pandemic.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks. Claiming that the vaccine was, quote, the single deadliest mass vaccination event in modern history. What does that even mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No, COVID was like the single deadliest thing in modern history. The vaccine? Anyway, you can't fucking. It's like you were saying. You can't fucking like conversate or like change their opinions. They're so buried. They're buried so deep. Like
deadliest mass vaccination event.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody I know who's had the vaccine is dead now. So
also, I'm like. Every vaccine is mass.
Yeah, it's all mass.
It's all a mass event because that's why they work. He also equated venues having vaccine requirements to Jim Crow laws.
Oh, God.
Yes. What do you even...
Dude, white people want to be oppressed so bad. They want to be oppressed so... It's the same as, like, dude, Christians want to be oppressed so bad.
Exactly.
They want... They're just waiting for you to, like, say, like... they're...
Come at me.
Yeah, like, all the things they've been told, like, in fucking Sunday school for the atheists to finally be like, we're not inviting you to the party because you believe in God.
Exactly.
Yep.
He also said that the U.S. military having vaccination requirements was to, quote, identify the sincere Christians in the ranks, the free thinkers, the men with high testosterone levels, and anybody else who doesn't love Joe Biden and make them leave immediately.
What do you mean?
Yep.
It's like one of those things that's like, well, I can't be mad at the military because...
Yes.
Because support the troops.
Right.
But I have to somehow spin this vaccine requirement to fit my worldview that the military is great. So that's how he did it, and that's beautiful.
It's so crazy.
Oh, my God.
It's, like, so hilarious. Like, I don't know. Obviously I'm such a different person, but it's like this is such a hilarious way to talk.
It's crazy that anybody takes him seriously.
Yeah. Tucker was a major proponent of the 2020 election fraud theories. No fucking shock there.
Of course, yeah. There you go.
Claiming that mail-in voting had been an avenue for fraud and that dead people had been, had voted for Joe Biden. Like there was like records of like, this person's actually dead, but it's a vote for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He would continue to push the 2020 election fraud theories all the way to the end of his show.
Cool.
Many years later. In 2021, Tucker released a special 2-part series about the insurrection on the Capitol on January 6th titled Patriot Purge.
It's crazy that Trump won.
Yeah.
You would think that the Democrats would just rig the election again. Right.
Like, yeah. If they could have done it the first time, why could they have not done it again?
Why have we ever had a Republican president in that case? Right.
Exactly. Like, since the Democrats are so able to like.
Yeah. If anything, wasn't there like sketchiness around Bush winning back in fucking like what was it 2001?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like there might. Maybe I'm the conspiracy.
Maybe
theorist,
you are.
But anyway,
Tucker claimed that the attacks were a false flag created by the government in an attempt to turn voters against the Republican Party.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, but then he also went on to say that to downplay the insurrection he said this in 2023, saying that it was, quote, mostly peaceful chaos, and that protesters were, quote, orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists. They were sightseers.
Oh, God. I remember when Trump was like, the anarchists that are taking over the Capitol.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, the anarchists that famously, like, want to... instill their own government.
Right.
You know,
Anarchists who famously love government and are
love
going
government.
to like put themselves in danger to protect a government.
A government, yeah, that's for sure. That's all the anarchists.
Yeah. In 2023, producer of Tucker's show, Abby Grossberg, filed a lawsuit against Fox News and Tucker Carlson for, quote, a work environment that subjugates women based on vile sexist stereotypes. Her federal suit contained multiple allegations of sexism and anti-Semitism. Throughout Tucker's entire career, he held a strong LGBTQ stance. Strong anti-LGBT. And aimed, let me make this clear, and aimed attacks at the community repeatedly, even at one point calling transgender people, quote, a cancer on the country.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really? Is Tucker Carlson sexist and anti-Semitic? I would have never guessed. Yeah.
Shocker. He claimed that children are being castrated as a part of gender-affirming surgery and that children are being prescribed hormones at extremely young ages.
Yep.
Yeah, classic stuff.
I mean, always, yeah. I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they're doing...
The illegal aliens doing transgender operations or whatever
children,
the fuck they say.
It's here. It's happening here.
Yeah.
It's in Smoke on State, yeah.
Smoke on State!
I saw this tweet once. It was like, when you die in Salt Lake City, you respawn at Smoke on State.
So true.
Anyway, sorry.
So fucking funny.
I've had 2 beers. I'm getting
I love it.
Dizzy.
In 2022, he defended Florida's Don't Say Gay bill, saying that talking to children about gender identity or LGBTQ issues is, quote, sexual abuse.
Yes, saying that... But it...
I know.
You talk to them about parents, about other parents. Is that sexual abuse?
Right.
When you're talking about you have a mom and a dad, like
right. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
It's so. He also said that teachers who talk to children about gender identity should be, quote, arrested and beaten up.
Again, what's with it's such a fucking middle school ass answer.
Exactly. Like you're a middle school bully.
Yeah, I think that they should arrest them and beat them up.
Beat them up.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet you out back, teacher.
My dad could beat up your teacher that talks to you about gender reassignment surgery.
Oh my God.
Gender identity. Like it's, oh God. Anyway.
I know.
I get so flustered because I'm like, it's
too.
so stupid.
It's right. And it's like, I get flustered too because I'm just like, it doesn't matter how stupid. Like, they don't care that it doesn't make sense. They don't care that, like, there's no logic to this. Fox News underwent a massive lawsuit in 2021 from Dominion Voting Systems. Dominion Voting is a company that provides voting machines for American elections. I don't know if you guys remember this, but one of the large points of the election fraud conspiracy theories was that the Dominion machines were selecting Joe Biden as president when the user had actually wanted to select Donald Trump or something like that. Yeah,
it was like, some tech issue thing or something.
Along the lines of that. But basically that, like, votes for Donald Trump were magically being turned into votes for Joe Biden. Tucker was one of the voices, like huge voices of the defamation of this company. I mean, he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, repeatedly suggesting on his show that they had committed election fraud. During the suit, private text messages amongst Fox employees were shared that multiple hosts stated that they didn't even personally believe in this conspiracy theory, but were continuing to spread it anyway to hike up ratings.
Yeah, of course.
Tucker being one of these people.
Because, again, and because it's Fox, and they're like, we will literally do anything for just like an ounce of your fucking attention.
Exactly.
Like, we will bend over
backwards. Like, it doesn't matter if this is super harmful or if, like, we don't even personally think this is real or true or a good idea to spread, but we're going to do it anyway because I'm stand to make money off of this.
And again, it's like... Again, you could sit for days, hours, years debunking the bullshit that Fox has said.
Exactly.
But by the time you're done, Tucker Carlson and every other fucking talking head on there has made 13 more fucking episodes.
Exactly.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, you'll never catch up to it. Fox settled this lawsuit in 2023 for $787.5 million. And shortly after, shared on their social media that Tucker Carlson would be leaving Fox.
Damn.
Yep. Quote, Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor. Which I think is all a really nice way to say that, like, this guy got us in too much hot water and cost us too much money, and we had to fire him.
We had to, once you start, like, hitting the bottom line, you know, the bottom dollar, it's like...
Yep.
Then, it's like, oh, it's not fun and games anymore.
Exactly. They're like, I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at costing my company money.
Yeah, literally.
Tucker closed his final show on a Friday by telling his viewers to, quote, have the best weekend and that he would be back on Monday, which is interesting because he had already been fired, but I think he was just hoping that maybe they would forget or something. I don't know.
He just thought there was going to be mass hysteria
when
Tucker
like people
Carlson
were going to go
wasn't
busting into the Fox like headquarters and be like,
no, please.
Bring back my boy. For a man who had survived this long on the network, even after spreading lies, dangerous conspiracy theories, anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, anti-Semitic rhetoric, misogynist comments, racist comments, encouraging an insurrection, defending an insurrection, saying that trans people are a cancer, harassing his employees, and more, it's clear that Fox's decision to remove him from the network came from the money that he had cost them in lawsuits and not anything to do with his personality.
Oh, definitely not. You got to imagine that Tucker Carlson's like just a god-awful person to be around.
Oh, my God. Like, he's just, like, he's, like, on 24/7, and, like, his level of on is, like, just spewing the most, like, awful shit. And he's probably like, so obstinate, too, is the thing. Like,
and he, like,
I couldn't stand it.
He thinks he's so funny.
Yes.
He thinks he's so funny and clever.
He thinks he's very intelligent. Like, I know he's, like, one of these guys that, like, thinks he's really fucking intelligent and has so much to say.
He mansplain anything to you.
Everything to me.
It's like, I can't imagine, like, any of the, like, right-wing ass motherfuckers. Like, I can't imagine, like, Ben Shapiro going to a party, you know? Like,
oh, my God.
Oh,
you'd be like,
God.
Guys, you invited Ben? And they're like... Yeah, it's my girlfriend's, like, brother's whatever. I'm sorry, like, I had to.
Sorry, I had to. And
I know
he's like, well, actually.
So bad, dude. He always does this.
And you're like, like, literally, you're like talking about nothing. You're like, oh, like, we're going to go to fucking the Grand Canyon later this month. And he's like, actually, the Grand Canyon was created in 1847.
By the woke mob.
And the woke mob has made it into a... And that's where the spacecrafts and...
Right.
It's just like...
Like, Ben Shapiro is one of those guys that you're, like, hanging out with your friend in the kitchen and you guys are, like, pouring shots. And Ben Shapiro just kind of, like, sidles in and he's like, what's up, fellas? I, too, would like a shot.
I am like, a human person.
You're like, okay, like, I did, like, just... This bottle is, like, for me. I just, like, brought this for, like, just me and it's a really nice bottle of tequila. But, okay. And then he, like, just lingers around for, like, way too long. And you're like, dude, what does this guys do? And your friend texts you, like, you're standing next to each other, your friend texts you, and like, dude, can we just, like,
go? Yeah,
this
like,
guy's
I'm
really
trying to get out of here.
Weird. And you're like, okay. And you're like, oh my God, my mom's calling me. I have to go, Ben.
Yeah, you're like, oh no.
Really good seeing you tonight, Ben. Like, really good to see you.
You text, you text, like, your friend, and you're like, call me and pretend like something's like happening.
Yes.
You know, like I have like a bad situation.
I need to get out of this conversation with Ben Shapiro right now.
Tucker Carlson is like
he keeps talking about his sister's boobs. I can't handle it.
Tucker Carlson is like he's like the like center of attention, but like no one thinks he's that funny.
Yes.
And he like thinks he's the shit. Like
yes.
And you're just like, can this dude shut the fuck up? Like we're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just trying to like we're trying to like play Guitar Hero right now.
Literally,
dude.
like it's not that serious. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that they have like friends. You know, like
it'd be fucking insufferable because I think the thing too is like I don't think they can suffer each other. Like these type of people can't suffer each other.
Oh, absolutely not.
Either. Also, I was going to say, I forgot to say this when we were doing your portion, but those guys sound like they're on speed. Like, they sound like they're, like, railing lines whilst recording.
I'm sure they probably
they're, like, talking really fast and, like, fucking, like, all heated up like this. And, like, women think that they're more, but, like, they actually are less. And, like, actually like,
less.
You can be thinking about, like, your ROI on like, a girl. And, like, when you're going to, like, fucking go talk to a girl, like, you need to remind her, like, she's, like, fucking less than, you know? Like, she's, like, less than. Like, she's, like, fucking less than, dude.
That was perfect.
I should have my own. I should start my own.
You should be a manfluencer.
I should.
Yeah. I feel like, you could definitely hit a grift of like like, you know, it's like the like crack addict who became like a born again Christian. You could like be like, I was a street corner floozy, and then
I'm a Mormon with tattoos.
Exactly.
This is my story.
This is my story. Yeah, my testimony of becoming a trad wife.
Yes. I could.
It'd be a grift for sure.
I used to have green hair, and now I have 4 children.
I have 4 children.
And a homestead.
And a homestead, and I want to kill myself.
Yeah, and I'm on a lot of Xanax every day.
Every day. That's the only way I get through.
It's the only way.
I can't, I mean, I can't. You would have to, right? Like
Ballerina Farms has to be on Xanax.
Yeah. I've heard of
that poor woman. Actually, I take it. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have spoken bad about her. Who's like a different like trad wife, Nara Smith or whatever.
Is it Abby? Is Ben Shapiro's
Abby
sister
Shapiro.
name?
She is. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
She does that. Yeah, Abby is like on a shitload of Xanax. Ballerina Farms, babe. You say the word, we'll come and get you.
Well, yeah, we're in the car. We're ready to come.
It's rough over there, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to speak down on you because you're actually clearly like this is not an okay situation for you. Abby, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, I mean you're profiting off of pretending like you don't have a career when your career is profiting off of pretending you don't have a career.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, Abby, you don't have a fucking homestead.
Yeah.
Like you live in like upstate New York or something. I don't know where she lives, but
yeah. Isn't that where they always go? Upstate New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, we plug some plugs.
Let's plug them. You can go to our Instagram at Remarks Podcast and look at Instagram stuff.
Yeah, Instagram things. Twitter.com is or X.com.
X
is at Remarks Pod.
Mm-hmm. You can follow my ex if you want to. It's at Phoebe's Elise. I'm pretty fucking funny on there.
Pretty funny. Pretty fun too. I feel like you get to see all the fun things Phoebe's doing.
Yeah, I post some cute little photos and stuff.
I have an Instagram. It's T_lace19. It's like it changes every time.
Every single time you're like,
if you put in some combination of
T
lace, LACE _, and a 19 somewhere in there, you're going to find it.
You'll find Taylor.
And we have a Patreon. You can subscribe and get some bonus episodes.
We're funny on there.
We are funny. And you can leave us a little rating on Apple Podcasts if you'd like.
If you would, that'd be so sweet.
It would be really cool and fun.
And lovely.
Yeah. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening.
We love you.
Okay, love you.
Bye.